Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques.
Hulk.
Jacques.
Hulk.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? What is happening, folks? Good evening to you. As we know, we lost to the Jets. We got the Jags this week. Jacques, I was in New York. I watched the game. I was there at MetLife Stadium there in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Incredible experience there, despite the loss. The fans were really, really cool. I think they were humbled and happy that they finally won a game, beating a team that they know they shouldn't have beaten.
Right.
But hey, they came to play. We didn't, and we lost to the Jets. The Jets, bro.
The Jets. Oh, I know, man. The number at the time, I think they were ranked number 9 on defense. So it's the same. It's almost the same identity, new face, right? Mm-hmm. And the Titans, they do it again. They play to an opponent that's inferior, and the opponent that they should beat, and they once again let us down.
Yeah,
and it's one of those things. It's like, okay, here we go again. When are we gonna get out this slump? We've been doing this for years. I mean, years, dog. The Titans have been like this. They'll keep you on your edge of your seat, but then go out and beat a team that you have no business beating. And you're like, okay, how did this happen? So I think that's a mentality thing. I think that's a coaching thing, and I think that is a culture thing that I think you need to pull out that piece out of the culture.
Correct, man. And Jacques, man, when I was there in my hotel room after the game, I was listening to the New York television on the sports on one of their channels. And the New York Jets were saying that the Titans didn't play their players on purpose. It was sort of like load management. So they were actually motivated to beat us because we had a lot of players on the bench. But who knows if that's true or not? But that was the mindset of the folks in New York. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That how come you guys aren't playing your guys against us? Oh, you guys think you're going to win. That's why. So, but hey, it is what it is, man. So I mean, Jacques, so what do you think we did wrong, man? I mean, we lost. I mean, so what was it that we did that caused us to lose?
We did a lot of things wrong. One thing, we didn't block. We didn't block at all. I think it was 7 sacks total. Mm-hmm. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yep. And that's unacceptable.
Yep.
We've been going through this for almost 4 games now, and Tannehill's been put on his back a lot. And it's one of those things where if you continue to, if we continue down this path, man, you're gonna struggle in the playoffs. You're not going to no Super Bowl, and I just think the confidence of the team is starting to shift a little bit. But I mean, we didn't block, dude. We didn't block at all. Mm-hmm. Receivers couldn't get separation. I mean, couldn't get no separation.
None.
So it kind of went
facts, no paper.
It hand in hand, man. Literally, when the receivers can't get separation, your line's not blocking. It makes sense when Tannehill goes down. Now, some of those things, Tannehill's pocket presence is not good. Okay, I will say that his pocket presence needs to be a lot better. But you are who you are, right? And another third phase too is the defense are giving up splash plays again. Okay, if the defense eliminates those big splash plays, the Titans defense probably be ranked higher than what it is now, 17. It'd probably be ranked like 15 or 14. But every time you turn around, there's a big splash play, and I talk about secondary play all the time where it comes in this communication. Miscommunication. Hawk, you play DB. You have to communicate with your safeties, and your DBs have to communicate. Playing 15 yards off, 10 yards off. I thought we got over that. Evidently, we didn't. So for me, those are some of the things that went wrong for the Jets. What about you with the Jets game? Excuse me.
Well, I would say, man, against the Jets, I think one is I think we did underestimate the Jets. The Jets, though, Derrick Henry had a hell of a game now. He ran the ball very well. McNichols had a good game in his spot as well. But, the Jets had a lot of cute plays, especially for Corey Davis. And I'm sure Corey Davis is smiling right now like, look at me now. You guys let me go to get a contract somewhere else. And he balled out. Corey Davis balled. He was the best player on the field when the Jets were out there on offense. And when I looked at the team, the Jets don't run the ball well, and they don't have a lot of options in receiving. Corey Davis is the guy. Now Elijah Moore was hurt, but I give credit to the Jets offensive coordinator. They ran a lot of cute plays. Zach Wilson was literally going back, throwing the ball, telling his receiver, go, keep going, literally saying that during the play and throwing it deep. It was a lot of misdirection, a lot of naked bootlegs, a lot of things that we never adjusted. It was almost as if, right. They almost knew, like, okay, this is what the defense is going to do, especially when players like Breon Borders is out there playing on the outside. It's almost like Corey Davis knows, like, he easily gets beat deep. Just throw it on him. He's there. It's there for us. I mean, Corey Davis and Zach Wilson was having a ball out there throwing the football. So I give credit to the offensive coordinators of the Jets. They were more prepared than us. And then, you know, another thing, y'all, to be honest, while we lost, we had a lot of injuries, man. I'm not making an excuse, but they took us to overtime. Okay. And we had special teamers out there starting wide receiver. Okay. Julio wasn't playing. AJ Brown wasn't playing. When you have Racey McMath, you have Nick Westbrook, and then you have Josh Reynolds as your number one receiver, you're not going to beat many teams at all. It's putting a lot of pressure on Ryan Tannehill to make those plays. And then you look at Ferkster making drops. So you just a lot of bad plays out there. You know, Batson had a touchdown, but, you know, those are the reasons why, man.
Yeah, I definitely understand.
Yeah.
So we know the reasons why. What went well, if anything went well in this game, that we can take and build on?
Well, I will give the Titans one thing I would say is I felt that they didn't give up. You know, I mean, Derrick Henry still did his thing, rushing over 150 yards rushing. I mean, he still did his part. They didn't give up. You know, games like this, you kind of get lost in the winds. Like, man, we're just gonna take this loss and just tuck it in and go. But they did continue to fight, and they made the game close. And that's something the Titans have always done, whether they win or lose. They rarely get blown out. They will always fight, per se. You know what I'm saying? So I think from a positive, that's about all I've seen. Honestly, you know, we didn't sack the quarterback well. We didn't cover well. I mean, you know, that's it. I mean, that's all I can say is that they at least battled. You know what I'm saying? What about for you, Jacques?
I mean, you got the battling part. I'll give individual props to individual players. Like, of course, Henry. Christian Fulton got his first interception, which I believe he's turning into a shutdown corner. And we're starting to see him grow amongst our eyes. So it's pretty cool to see. Harold Landry, man, I don't know what level he was on. He was on level 15. I mean, his get off on the ball was amazing. I was like, dude, that's it, man. He looks quicker. He looks faster. He couldn't get to the quarterback. I mean, I think he was the only one that had a sack. And you can tell, pay the man. He deserves a contract at the end of the season. Pay that man. I'm sorry. I mean, he's playing like a wild man. He's playing with heart, and that's what I like to see.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'm really trying to dig deep in my treasure chest in my brain to figure out if there's any real good that come from this game. Well, I will say this: even though Randy Bullock missed the last field goal, he was keeping us in the game. I'll give him credit, even though he messed the last kick up. I give him credit to where, hey, at least he was able to kick and put points on the board. So that's for me, man. That's about as much as I can say from that particular game.
Okay.
Like you said, it's a bad taste. Man, I'm taking this game with a grain of salt. And like you said earlier, which was facts, no paper, we got a lot of injuries.
Yeah, we do, man. Well, man, enough about the Jets game, bro. We lost.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And life moves, life goes on. You know, things happen. So we got to do better and be better. So next we got the Jacksonville Jaguars, bro, in Duval County. Duval. So we got to be ready for the Jags. So
yes, we do.
Let's talk about these guys, man. You know, the Urban Meyer situation, all those things. Did you see the video, bro?
Oh, yes, I did. Urban, come on, man.
I was like, damn, Urban, okay, bro.
If you're gonna apologize to your family first, not the team. What are you doing, man?
Yeah.
That Joker, man, Urban boy, he's something else, man.
His wife has been liking tweets from people and stuff, man.
Yeah, because she know
talking bad about him.
She know that.
Yeah.
She know Urban be tripping. She knows that. She knows he's
Urban be in the streets, bro.
Oh, he be on them heavy.
Urban was in there doing this. Damn, Urban, okay,
you
bro.
You can tell. He was all up on it.
Exactly. I was like, what is he jamming, bro? You know?
I'm like, chill, bro. Like Urban, calm down, man.
Tell me about it, dude.
I've heard that he's lost respect from the locker room.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Man.
Urban, he trying to go to USC. That's what he's trying to do.
I think so too, bro.
He's trying to get fired on his day off and while he work.
Yep, that's right. So we do play Jacksonville. So Tennessee's definitely favored to win this game. Is there any reasons or several reasons why you think the Titans can actually beat the Jags this week, man?
Yes, I do. First of all, the Jags defense is ranked 30th. Okay.
Yep.
30th in the overall defense, bro. 2 more teams behind you. Offense, they're 23rd. Passing the 27th. Now, the distraction of the Urban Meyer situation is huge. Because your players at that point kind of don't respect you and you're losing respect from your team. So that's a huge distraction amongst itself. And with them being distracted, and I feel like the Titans are trying to redeem themselves, I think them going in their focus. We know Derrick Henry has career games against the Jags. We know that.
Facts, no paper.
We definitely know that. And the way their defense is ranked, now I would say last week's game, the Jets have a pretty good defense. This game, they got rid of C.J. Henderson, who is with the Panthers now. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think so.
He's with the Panthers, who just picked up Stephon Gilmore. Man, they build it.
Yeah.
So they lost their best defensive player in their secondary. I mean, they still have Josh Allen. They still have Miles Jack, yes. But enough to beat the Titans. And you do have some key players coming back. I know Darrington Evans practiced today.
Yep.
I know, and the injury list is still long. In Nashville, we say longest lishy.
Right, that's right.
But it's still long. But you have key players. I know Caleb Farley played. I mean, he practiced today. So AJ practiced today too. So hopefully it's one of those things where you get Julio back, and you get AJ back. I feel more comfortable. The Jags defensive line is not strong, as I iterated earlier. So I think the Titans offensive line tends to do better when they don't face a strong front. So I feel like they hold up better. And our key game I can reference is Seattle. But Seattle, they did pretty good when they played Seattle. The Colts too, they did pretty good. The Colts don't have a strong front either. So I feel like if they can block and then the receivers can get better separation, that's one way we can win this game too. And I just feel like this game is their bounce back game, because usually when the Titans tend to lose games like this, they come back the next week and they win. So those are some of the key big ways that we can win this game. What about you, Hawk?
So for me, man, what I want to say real quick, and I meant to mention this against when we talked about the Jets, that I did meet 2 subscribers there in New York that knew about our show. So if you're watching the show, man, I just want to say what's up to you. I didn't get a chance to get your names or whatever. Y'all might have said it. I don't remember, but I just want to say, man, what's up to y'all, man? It was nice meeting you guys as well. Great conversations and everything. I meant to mention that. But back to these Jags. So for us, when Derrick Henry sees the Jacksonville Jaguars, it's like a homecoming for him, right? It's like Alabama playing Jacksonville State. And Jacksonville State's in Alabama. But, I'm making the reference of, for him, it's easy. But I would say that I think Jacksonville is going to actually put more emphasis on stopping him this game. Right. But with Derrick Henry, 13th to him is like 25 to other running backs. Okay. So I think Derrick Henry will get a big opportunity to run the football against Jacksonville, and he's always done as well. And I think too, man, I think this is a game where our defense can step up. Trevor Lawrence is struggling, folks. He doesn't even have 1,000 yards passing yet. He has 7 interceptions and 5 touchdowns. Okay. His quarterback ratings are 67. Okay. 67 quarterback rating. So the opportunities will be there. I mean, they got Marvin Jones, they got Laviska Shenault. They don't scare anybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So players like Christian Fulton and those guys, we get Amani Hooker back, we get Bud Dupree back. So we do have players that are coming back. Even Caleb Farley might get an opportunity to play. So I think if anything, though we played Zach Wilson, I think Zach Wilson was, successful because of the offensive play calling. This Urban Meyer situation is going to be a distraction. It is. And, he's going to try to do his best. Urban Meyer has not done a good job in coaching this year, period. Their offense has sputtered all season, and I continue to see the same thing. Our defense has played decent, even against the Jets, we got beat on some big plays, on cute plays, but straight up plays, running and passing the ball, the Titans held strong. You know what I'm saying? So Jacksonville's got to sort of open up the playbook to sort of open us up. And I just don't see it. I don't.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Yep. So we know the ways we can win. Give us the ways how we can do what we did last week. Well, this past Sunday and lose the game.
Right. I'm going to tell y'all this. Hear me out. If A.J. Brown and Julio Jones does not play this football game, we will lose to the Jags. Y'all hear what I'm telling you, okay? I was in New Jersey. I saw the game, okay? Receivers were not getting any separation at all, okay? And they struggled passing the football. You know, Ryan Tannehill got sacked once or twice. It was on him, but there were other times I'm like, dude, he has nobody to throw it to. And I wasn't really keen on some offensive play calling. You know, anytime it's third down, it should be called third and McNichols because he's on every third down, okay? Yep. And we pass the ball 99% of the time. The one time we ran the ball on third down with Jerry McNichols, he was successful. And then he got the first down. And there was not really any times this game where it was third down and Derrick Henry was in the game, right? Put him in the game, get him some catches or whatever. So for me, it's on the offense. I think our defense will be okay against the Jags. I really don't have any concerns on our defense, not once. But I will say from an offensive play calling, Todd Downing is going to have to mix it up a bit, especially on third down. He's going to have to sort of change it up. It was so easy to read. That's why the Jets had so many sacks. The offensive line struggled because they knew what they were running. It's third down and whatever. They know they're going to pass the ball. We're coming at them. First and second, they're going to run the ball. We're going to come at them. So we need receivers. If AJ's out, Julio's out, we're going to lose this football game. Unless Josh Reynolds gets 10 catches. And I don't see that. So, Jacques, what about you, bro?
Man, that was facts, no paper. I mean, literally, like you said, when I look at this game, and that's how I felt going into the Jets game. I was more worried about our offense than our defense.
And you said that. You've been saying that too.
Yes, I've been saying it since the preseason, man. Just seeing, and man, I would say this too. We've heard in training camp Tannehill throwing interceptions, right? Yeah. And you wonder, is it the receivers? Is it Tannehill? What do we have? Now we're starting to see, hey, it wasn't Tannehill, it's who he's throwing it to. Right. We hear about how these receivers are this and that in training camp. I don't care about training camp. I need to see you put this product on the field.
That's a fact, sir.
Like literally, like seriously, like I don't care about that. So what I seen was I'm like, okay, now I see why his interception rate was high in training camp because they can't get separation. And this proved it was a theory I had. I said, are the Titans defensive backs that good? And when you go against a solid, which I say a solid secondary, because I mean the Jets had a solid secondary. They were jamming them up at the line, and we know Tannehill likes receivers that are tall. So if you know his main targets were Nick Akina Westbrook, which he was trash, and Josh Reynolds, which he did pretty decent, but every time you turn around, he was hurt. Every time you turn around, you can tell he's still hurt. He's not himself. You know what I'm saying? So even with that deep ball that Tannehill threw and he dropped, and I was like, and I'm dropping too, and he dropped. And I was like, what are you doing? So, no, just to piggyback off what you said, the receivers not getting separation, man, is ridiculous. And then the defense. If the defense, it goes hand in hand. If we can't score in the red zone, which we struggled, we couldn't score in the red zone. Right. This is where play calling comes in. If you see it's 3rd and 1, why do I have Tannehill in shotgun? You give it to the king, you let the king run, the king will get that 3rd and 1, and he might even get a touchdown. Hey, if we get in the red zone like we did last week and we can't score, we're losing the game. Right. Also, if we give up the big splash plays on defense like we've been doing, even though Trevor Lawrence has been trash this year, we tend to let rookie quarterbacks look like Joe Montana and Tom Brady.
Facts, no paper.
We had Zach Wilson on. I mean, they couldn't stop talking about Zach Wilson. I mean, Zach Wilson was like, oh, yeah, he's the next. He's finally emerged. I'm like, guys. No, he has not finally emerged. He played a Titans defense that gives up big plays from time to time. And like you said, you was at the game and you're like, these are cute plays that they're running. So no, I'm not buying into that hype. And even with Trevor Lawrence, I'm like, I'm not buying into the hype. What I'm doing is I'm going to sit here. And if you don't give up big plays, if you do give up big plays and the offense is struggling, you're going to lose the game. One more thing. 3rd, coaching. if you let Urban Meyer, Mike Vrabel, listen to me, bro. If you listening to this show, if you let Urban Meyer outcoach you, he ain't even focused, man. If you let him outcoach you, bro, you're going to lose this game, okay? Ty Downing, the same thing. Shane Bowen, the same thing. If you don't make no in-game adjustments, you're going to lose this game. So that's me, man.
Cool, dude. Cool. So I think you and I both would think that the Titans should win this game.
We should.
We should. We better.
Keyword should.
Right. So in order for us to win, there has to be some impact players or a player, for this game for the Titans. Who do you feel would be that guy or guys who can make a big impact for this game?
Man, that's hard, man, because if AJ and Julio don't play, like you said, only two people I can really give it to is Derrick Henry and Tannehill at this point. Yeah. I mean, let me say this. Henry, and you might say the same thing. Henry in these games, he comes to play. So if I'm on the offense, I expect Henry to have 250. Matter of fact, I expect Henry to be the rushing leader. I expect him to get 1,000 yards this game because I know that's impossible. But Henry on the offensive side of the ball and on the defensive side of the ball, I expect the defensive line to pick it up a little bit more this game. Okay. So I expect Harold Landry, Denico Autry, he showed up on the injury list today, so I hope it's nothing too crazy. Right. But I expect him to pick it up. I expect Bud Dupree plays. I expect him to pick it up. And Ola Danny, if he's out there, which he didn't have, he struggled this game, which I understand. You have an off game or two, but I feel like if he's out there, he'll have a big game too. So those are the two elements for me. What about you, Hawk?
So I will tell you all that the New York Jets defense is 10 times better than the Jags defense. Don't get it twisted because they're the Jets, okay? They have a much better defense. There were times Derrick Henry was out there. He was running now, but he was getting popped, okay? The Jets was like, hey, bro, we're here, okay? The Jets was like, we're here. Welcome to New York, right? Right. It was like, yo, B, yo, son, welcome to New York, B. Welcome to New York, word life, right? So Jacksonville's a total different opposite here, okay? They don't tackle well. They don't scheme well. They don't blitz well, okay? They're one of the worst defenses in the NFL. They're 30th in the league. So I think for me, it's Derrick Henry on offense. And I hate to keep saying a broken record when it comes to Jacksonville and Derrick Henry, but they don't mix. It's like mixing vodka and milk. Word to Mobb Deep. That's a Mobb Deep verse on Shook Ones. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, Derrick Henry, he's from Yulee, Florida, right down the street from Jacksonville. He's going to have his family there. Just like I met a lot of Ferkser's family in Jersey. Okay. He's from Jersey. I sat around Ferkser's family. Derrick Henry's got the same thing. It's called home cooking. Derrick Henry's going to serve some home cooking to the Jags. At least 115 yards minimum, and at least a touchdown or two, right? At least that. Okay.
That's a light day.
It is, exactly. For him, it is. Exactly. And I'd say on defense, man, Trevor Lawrence has been hit around a lot. He's been throwing a lot of ill-advised passes. He's, playing like a rookie. Harold Landry's been playing out of his mind this season, bro. Like you said, I've never seen him this fast ever. Against the Jets, he played the best of everybody on defense, him and Christian Fulton. I was like, he's all over the field. I can see the same thing happening as well, too, because the Jags offensive line, their run blocking is pretty decent. Pass blocking has not been. So look for Harold Landry to ball out this game, too, man. Those are my guys, bro.
I agree. Yep. So same thing with the Jags. Same rules apply. What Jag player should we be concerned about?
Well, I want to say James Robinson, who's still a very good running back. He's got I think Derrick Henry's got 510 yards rushing, bro. That's amazing. Mm-hmm. Leads the league in rushing. James Robinson's about 230, 240, 240 yards rushing this season. But I'm not worried about the run game. The Titans they're not gonna allow you to run on us, bro. Nope. If anything, if I'm worried about anybody, man, would be Marvin Jones this game, the receiver. I think, it depends on who's covering them.
Right.
It's going to be Christian or is it going to be Jackrabbit? Which one of those? Probably Christian.
Don't call Jackrabbit slide.
Right. Their tight ends don't play much at all. They don't throw it to the tight ends at all. They only throw it to Chenault, Marvin Jones. They got Tavon Austin out there too. So I think if anything, I would watch out for Marvin Jones. He could be a guy that could, sneaky get a touchdown here or two.
Right.
Maybe through the seam or crossing routes and things like that to kind of get away from corners. Because I think our corners are better than their receivers.
Yep.
But I'm not worried about the run game. I'm not so much worried about Trevor Lawrence this game. They don't have it right now. You know what I'm saying? They are a bad football. They suck. The Jags suck.
They do.
So I'm gonna say Marvin Jones, man. What about you, bro?
So I mean, I'm piggyback off that when I say I was thinking, like you said, Robinson, and they kind of disrespected him by bringing in that other running back. So that's another Urban Meyer thing that he did.
That's right.
Yeah,
right.
Urban Meyer is what I tell you. But like you said, you got Marvin, Tavon Austin. Like I said, Titans give up splash plays, so watch out for the speedster because he is speedy, he's fast. So for those two, just watch out. And then Laviskis, he's AJ Brownish, where he can take a slant and he can go. He's very physical. He's a physical receiver, and he likes to hit and he likes to get hit. So watch out for them. On defense, I'll say watch out for Miles Jack and Josh Allen. Those are your two that you have to worry about because, like you said, they're a bad football team, but they don't scheme them up as well too. Put those design blitzes in there for them to rush the passer. So just watch out for them too. And that's just for me, man. With this game, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, Hawk. The Jets game. It don't surprise me. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. But the Jags game, it's a division game. And I just feel like the Titans are just going to be more focused. They get back a little bit more pieces minus some. Yeah. You know what I mean? Maybe on the offensive line we got to be worried about. But like you said, it's just so much distractions in that organization. And I just feel like the Titans, you have to really beat yourself to lose this game.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, y'all, that ends the show, folks. As always, thank you for tuning in to our show, man. We have a great time doing this as well. We are also on our Apple podcast. We'll definitely do a show on Sunday, talking Titans with the homies. So check that out. It'll be coming. As well, you can check us on Instagram at Tennessee Titans Weekly. You can check us out on Twitter at Titans Weekly 24/7 and as well on email at TennesseeTitansWeekly@gmail.com. And check out Jock's shirt, man. And that shirt is dope, man. If you want that shirt, go to Teespring, TEE Spring, search Tennessee Titans Weekly. We got over 25 different items that you can buy from. Man, check them out, man.
Definitely. And like I said this every show. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, man. The Tennessee Titans Weekly. We don't bite, and come join the Tennessee Titans Weekly family. We're definitely in a tight-knit family. So, hey, we love our peoples, and we ride with them, and we bleed blue. And also, subscribe to the channel. When you do, share the video. Tell your uncle, your auntie, your cousin, your dog, your cat. Send it to Mexico, Canada. I don't care where you send it. Send the show, share the show. And when those people subscribe, click the notification bells by the subscribe button. Let you know when we go live and we post any content. So
absolutely. So to you and yours and those in Duval, we will see you for the post game. Good luck to the Titans and to you and yours, as we always do, Jacques. Facts.
No paper.
Sure.